Right, it's time to talk about this episode of Rewrite, and holy Christ. Oh man, this episode, it was a mess. Like, that's the main thing I can't take away. Look, I've defended the pacing up this whole entire point of this series. I said to myself, look, the pacing is relentless, and I can accept this, but this episode was rushed. This episode was rushed to 100%. Like, literally, the first 15 minutes could have been almost 3 episodes on its own. This feels like Charlotte. That's the main thing I really do take away from this episode of Rewrite. It feels like Charlotte because it's just going through events like no one's business and not slowing down to let you kind of take in what these people are saying. I'm like, guys, please, slow down so I can understand what you're trying to say here, because stuff was just getting thrown at you. I mean, Mido invaded Kotori's Moe Palace and basically destroyed it. And then they run away, and then in the end, basically, Gari just deals out her salvation, which is the destruction of humanity, and then, yeah, basically the world is screwed. So, I don't understand how they're going to save the world within 1 episode, because they will find a way, like, they will pull something out of their hats to save this world, and I don't think I'm going to like it, because, god damn it, I feared this episode. I really did. I went into this episode with high hopes, but in the back of my brain, I was saying to myself, it's going to be rushed, and the first 15 minutes, oh boy. Yeah, they were. That's the main thing I do take away. I've kind of harked on a bit in this review, but the first 15 minutes really need to slow down because it could have been 3 episodes on its own. And, most of all, they gave characterization to Mido before he died. I was like, guys, could you not give it to him before he died? So then I knew already, preemptively going into this whole entire thing, why he's fighting the fight he's fighting. But no, they give it to you before he dies. Why? I don't like when writers do that. I don't like it. Because it's one of those things that always happens. They characterize a bad guy before he dies. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't. Just don't. You could have done it before. And it was just, this episode had it. I was like, guys, Mido could have been characterized before this. You could have given me some more context on why he's fighting. And I would have said, okay, now I understand why he hates the world. Because of this whole entire point, I thought to myself, okay, so he hates this world for some profound reason. Okay. But when he put into context why he hates the world, it gives him reason why he does. But again, could have been before, but they did it right at the end. I was like, okay, alright. The first 5 minutes just opened up with Mido destroying the entirety of Guardian who were at the forest. Or I presume it's Guardian because, as we knew last episode, I'm guessing Esuko's going to deploy Guardian into the forest. And in this episode, Mido got there, Guardian got there, Guardian's taken out, then Mido managed to actually kind of invade Kotori's Moe Palace, destroy the entirety of the thing with the Earth Dragon, which really didn't do too much in my opinion. Like, he kind of just looked a bit scary, did some stuff, and then in the end, Esuka's bros just took him down. I was like, okay, so that's that. But yeah, that was basically it, and then Kotoru fought Mido, and then Mido basically saved him and Kagari because, as we know, he has to keep a promise because he can't kill Kagari. So they get out of the way. Then in the end, what happens is Shizuru actually kind of disobeys Guardian's orders and actually kind of leaves and actually goes to save Kotoru, and then he ends up with everyone else in the City of Stone. And at that point, you're kind of wondering to yourself, okay, so what's going to happen with Kagari? What's happening with her? Because again, this whole entire episode is just kind of leading up to the whole entire event of her dealing out her salvation. I'm guessing that whole entire song is this whole entire idea of salvation. What is leading it to? And it leads to the whole entire idea of the destruction of humanity because she can't find good memories with humanity. In essence, all she can find is bad things they've done. So in the end, she can't really save humanity because she can't find any good memories. So then I'm guessing the observer tree kind of then goes up, basically unleashes this massive amount of monsters onto the world, and the world is screwed. And now it kind of leaves our protagonist, I'm guessing, to save the world. But again, it's this whole entire idea. How will they? Because you have 1 episode, and Kotoru's basically the only hope, I'm guessing, so he's got to do something to save this goddamn world. I don't know. Because, I just don't. I mean, it was rushed. I can't say anything else. I can't. I can't defend this episode in any way, shape or form because stuff was just happening, like, without kind of just slowing down. I mean, Kotori's parents appeared, like, they came out with one with a chainsaw and one with a rifle. That was the only kind of silver lining in this whole entire episode because in the end, Kotori does explain what happened to her parents. In essence, when she became a druid, the first monsters she actually kind of brought out were her parents, but her parents kind of kept certain things which kept them human, so in essence they could actually walk and talk. So that's one thing they kind of kept with us humans, so you can actually understand why they act the way they do. And it was kind of depressing because you kind of saw, oh, with this we can actually protect our families. So it was mildly depressing, but it was out of left field. I was like, guys, okay, this I can't. I can't. I wish I could. I really wish I could defend this episode, but I really can't because nothing was good. Nothing. The only silver lining was really Kotori's parents' explanation. That's the only silver lining. And the whole entire idea was Senri saying, okay, no, look, fam, I'm not really buying into your whole entire ideals because I kind of hold on to certain things which are good about humanity because, as we understand, the actual saints can inherit the actual memories of the past saints. So that whole entire idea is still present. And in theory, Senri still hasn't got to the whole entire idea that she's engulfed by the despair of the previous saints, so she still kind of holds on to some hope with humanity, so she does not want to destroy humanity, even though Sakura does, because Sakura can't find anything good about humanity. She really can't, because every single memory she has of it is extremely piss poor. So you can understand where she's coming from. She has no good memories of it, but Senri's the only one there that really doesn't have that idea about her. But I don't know. I really don't, because, again, it was kind of like stuff was just happening. I mean, you had the whole entire idea when Mido was fighting Kotoru, and then in the end, Eseka's bros came in and basically just kind of killed Mido, which was not really surprising in shape or form. I thought to myself, he's going to die because he's not that great of a character, in my opinion. I didn't really like him, but when they characterized him, I was kind of like, oh, why? We couldn't have done it before. I would have liked it a little bit more before. I mean, you kind of just made him to be this generic bad guy, but when you characterize him, you kind of understand where he's coming from, but this could have been done before. Why do you do it now? I don't know. I really fear episode 13. Really, I do. Because, oh god. It's gonna be an experience. Really, it is. It's gonna be Charlotte all over again. This is the main thing I really do take away. It's gonna be Charlotte all over again. It's gonna be like stuff happening in front of your eyes, and that's it. I just don't know. I mean, it could have just kind of slowed down. It needed 24 episodes. That's the main thing I kind of do take away. It needs a longer length. And this adaptation's not doing it justice. And I just don't know how it's all going to end. Really, I don't. Because it's going to be one of those kind of bait and switches. And it's going to like be kind of like, well, that happened. So, maybe I might be wrong. Maybe I actually might turn out to be really freaking good. But this episode was not that. So yes, with all that said, having a driver, I do apologise for my kind of rant on this episode. I just needed to kind of get off my chest, because it just needed to be explained how bad this episode really was, how relentlessly paced, how rushed it was. So yeah, if you have enjoyed the video as a whole, and you do leave a like, do leave a like, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed my content, and you kind of do leave a sub, do leave a sub, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. But with all that said, I have indeed been the driver, and I shall see you guys later.